What's up guys, Ricky here with another video and a new microphone as well, so I'm pretty freaking excited about that. I hope the quality is a lot better than previously, and with that said, let's get right into the video. So, in this video we're going to talk about the June 22nd Warlords of Draenor notes for the beta, and I'm not going to talk about everything that was changed, but I'm going to be going through some of the more important, bigger changes that I think are pretty interesting gameplay-wise, class mechanic-wise, and stuff like that. So let's take a look at the Hunter. People have been saying, at least from what I've seen, that they want more aspects, right? They find their number of aspects and what they do to be quite boring. And so Blizzard added something called Aspect of the Fox. Now, all casters in MoD have been getting increasingly more mobility, right? They've been given more and more ability to move while casting. And quite frankly, it has made the life of melee very bad because casters generally hit harder than melee. So the fact that melee, don't have an advantage because casters can also move, has been giving melee a hard time. I know this because I play melee and I've also played a few casters for the fun of it, so I know the difference. A lot of that has been taken away in Warlords of Draenor. However, with Aspect of the Fox, basically, if you know what the Shaman Spirit Walker's Grace does, it'll be like that, but for the entire raid, right? So it's a 3-minute cooldown, lasts for 6 seconds, a buff that lets all people move while casting. And that's pretty amazing. I think that'll really increase the number of people who will want hunters in their raids above all their classes, because this, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, is a very powerful ability. And I think it's great that they add something like that. I think it's cool that they balance melee and caster, like a battle between them a little bit more by taking away a lot of the caster mobility without actually completely removing their ability to move while casting. So this is great. Moving on, we're taking a look at the Death Knight conversion talent. Currently on live, it has an initial tick, so the second you pop it, it heals for 1 tick. Plus, it costs 5 runic power per second. Now, with this change, basically what will happen is it'll have no initial tick. Already there, you see a nerf. Also, the runic power per second cost has been greatly increased. But this is different for every spec, which is pretty interesting. For example, we have the cost to be 15 runic power per second for Blood, only 10 per second for Frost, and a whole 20 per second for Unholy. That is pretty interesting. I don't know if it's because, if it's for a PvP purpose, or if they're looking to get Frost DKs to use conversion instead of Death Pact. Personally, I wouldn't be a fan of that as a DK main, simply because of the fact that the runic power cost will still be a DPS loss, whereas Death Pact gives you a burst of healing that will be more efficient in most situations probably. Also, you will not sacrifice DPS to use it. So I'll probably stick with Death Pact unless conversion suddenly ends up being extremely overpowered, which has already been shown on the beta, but I believe that was a bug that was that powerful. Moving on, we have a massive buff for the bear form, or for the bear druid, the guardian druid. Essentially, the armor you get from items while in bear form has been increased to 600%, up from 330%. And on top of that, you have some changes to the damage reduction that you have while in bear form as a guardian druid. Basically, the amount of magic damage less that you take has been decreased, so you take more magical damage, you take more physical damage as well, but you have a way lower chance of being crit, as far as I know. So this has been changed a few times already, but major thing here is a 600% bonus armor instead of 330%, and of course still you have the 40% stamina, so basically it's stronger in terms of sheer numbers. We also have some changes to Demonology Warlock. Basically, Grimoire of Sacrifice is gone, and they get Grimoire of Synergy instead. Now, I don't know if this is good or bad. I don't know if people like this or not, but on paper, it definitely makes more sense for a Demonology Warlock to work with their pet than to sacrifice it. Basically, what Grimoire of Synergy does is whenever the Warlock or the pet deals damage, there's a chance to increase the other part's damage by 15% for 15 seconds. Which is pretty cool. It definitely, the name, it definitely fits well with the synergy. I think this is really cool on paper, like the whole synergy thing. Although it's a pretty boring talent because it's just a percentage increase. So it doesn't really change gameplay, it's just a sheer number increase, which is nice to have, but it's pretty boring though. It is pretty boring, in my opinion. Raging Blow for Fury Warriors will now increase the duration of Colossus Smash by 2 seconds. Reason being that apparently on the beta, Warriors or Fury Warriors do not have the time to use everything in their arsenal while the Colossus Smash debuff is up on the target. I don't know if it was like that on live. I have no clue. But if that's the case, I think it's nice to do this just because, you know, it makes the rotation even a little bit more obvious when something does something to another thing. So, yeah, why not? Why not? You know, I'm not going to comment too much because I haven't played a Warrior at cap ever. And right now, from what I've heard, it's pretty broken on the beta. So there you go. Moving on, and this is really interesting. Protection Paladin has this ability called Holy Wrath. And the current cooldown is 9 seconds, but in WoD it'll be increased to 15 seconds. It'll also do 100% more damage and generate 1 holy power. I think this is amazing because the cooldown increase doesn't really matter too much because your haste reduces your global cooldown, and so you always have a ton of shit to do. The 100% more damage is nice, of course, again just a sheer number increase, but the fact that it generates 1 holy power now is going to be awesome because I don't know if I play the Prot Paladin wrong. I might. I'm by no means a master of the class, but I find myself starved of holy power sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. So the fact that you just have another holy power generating ability is just it's purely nice. You know, it's purely great for your gameplay. So there you guys go. That was my opinion on the June 22nd WoD notes. I will be back with more notes once they come up if I find anything interesting to talk about. I also have more videos planned, so stay tuned for that. And yeah. Feel free to leave a comment telling me what you think of these changes, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about in WoW, any topic really, except for PvP, because I don't know a lot. So there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and check out all these links on the screen right now, because it's awesome. It's awesome, and you can help us, right? So there you guys go. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.